Hi, my name is James Monroe, and this is my Draw My Life presidency. My vice president was Daniel D. Tompkins. He's from New York. I was elected from Virginia in 1817 and served 2 terms. I was elected following the War of 1812, bringing the era of good feelings. The era of good feelings was a time period after the War of 1812 in which the country was heavily focused on the unity of young developing nation. Then came the Jeffersonian versus Hamiltonian, which was a conflict between the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. The Federalists were with Hamilton, then believed that manufacturing and trade were the main forces of progress. The Anti-Federalists were with Jefferson and believed that American success laid in its agrarian tradition. I ran the Democratic Republic Party with Daniel D. Tompkins. Henry Clay, a statesman, created the American system and used a tariff to promote industry, a national bank to foster commerce, and federal subsidies for roads, canals, and other internal improvements to develop profitable markets for agriculture. The Missouri Compromise was an effort by Congress to defuse the sectional and political rivalries triggered in the request for Missouri for admission of state which slavery would be permitted. It was the biggest scandal of presidency. The Monroe Doctrine was the best-known U.S. policy in 1823 to the Western Hemisphere. It was the United States policy of opposing European colonialism. Nationalism is the idea of showing extreme loyalty to one's nation. The Adam-Onis Treaty was the treaty in 1819 between the United States and Spain that ceded Florida to the U.S. and defined the boundary between the U.S. and New Spain. The Industrial Revolution was from 1820 to 1840. Industrialization marked a shift to powered, special-purpose machinery, factories, and mass production. During the Industrial Revolution, steamboats and steam engines grew in popularity, causing the Transportation Revolution. I was actually the first president to ride the steamboat as well. With more goods to travel, railroads and roads increased in popularity. McCulloch versus Maryland was a court case that defined congressional power.
Who's the daddy?
Maryland placed heavy taxes on the national bank as to inhibit the power of it. James McCulloch, the cashier for the Baltimore branch, sued Maryland, claiming the national bank was critical to maintain order. Maryland argued against the claiming that they had the right to tax establishments with the order. The Supreme Court sided with McCulloch, saying the states did not have power to interfere with the bank. Similar to this was the Gibbons versus Ogden. After Ogden was operating his steamboat and Gibbons sued them, this caused lawsuit and the court sided with Gibbons, but it made it so the state cannot interfere with the power Congress has to regulate between states. Now we're going to talk about Noah Webster, who is an American lexicographer who was known for the spelling book and dictionary. He also fought in the Revolution. Time for credits. Art by
Sriharika C.
Film by
Allison B.
and narrator by Nina G.
Okay, so at the bottom you're gonna see a creepy little face here. So this face was actually the internal emotions of the artist during the making of this video. Thanks for watching!